Good evening, everyone. It is such a joy to welcome you all here tonight, and I want to give a heartfelt thank you for just being here. I want to give a special thank you to our sponsors who helped make this night possible. Martell, yes, the drinks, Harborview, Onyx Impact, and the Working Families Party. Your support in my inaugural Route 100 truly means more than you will ever know. I also want to recognize the extraordinary teams from the Root Media and Watering Hole Media for your work, passion, creativity, and grit. Tonight is a reflection of your commitment. And of course, I want to thank my family and friends who have been by my side for this entire journey. You've held me up, you've kept me grounded, all while letting me be my full self. So before any of this started, I was a high school special education teacher. And as a teacher, no surprise, I would give my students assignments. Sometimes they were math problems, they were labs, but sometimes I would give my students pen and paper and ask them to write a story. Now, these were kids, but I taught in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, so a lot of people just saw them as poor little Black people that could be forgotten, but the reality is they were children that deserved to learn, and they always understood their assignment. And friends, that's why we are here today, because there are 100 bold, brilliant, bodacious, bright, brave, boundless, blazing Black beacons of justice, truth, courage, and strength that not only took their assignment seriously, they aced the test. The class of 2025 Route 100 are the best in class. They took their divine calling for this moment and rose to the occasion. They curated cultural moments that will not be forgotten. They asked the tough questions and then did a follow-up so that the truth always comes out. They wrote business plans and board reports that landed them in C-suites, and they stood in the gap between right and wrong to get us a step closer to freedom. The 2025 class of the Route 100 understood their assignment. These folks started something, they practiced, they probably had some setbacks, but they kept on going. I'm sure there were days that they woke up and just said, but they kept on going. They knew their assignment was bigger than themselves, that it was uniquely for them, and that their name was on it. So while I don't want to speak for anyone, I know this road has been challenging, but the fact that you are committed to answering the call is why we are celebrating you. It's why we are honoring each of the Route 100, because you have gone above and beyond. You have done the extra credit. But friends, if you're in this room, we're going to celebrate the Route 100, but we also know, and especially Black people know right now, we are in yet another trying time in this country. And sometimes it feels like this world is actually impossible. But I gotta tell you something, this is not how our story ends, especially if we keep doing the work and we do it together. Now, I'm an organizer by training, and so while I am celebrating all of the Route 100, I actually have a question for anybody who can hear this. What is your assignment? What are you going to do in this moment? What has your name on it? I believe every single person in this room has the capacity to keep our story alive. I know this because I got a little assignment this summer. Some would call it a pop quiz. I had to buy the Root. And I bought something, okay? I'm not gonna pretend like this assignment was easy, because it wasn't. But when I needed help, The benefit of coming to class is that you can ask a teacher or get a little tutor. When you need to bounce something off somebody, you can find a study group. I completed the homework and I completed the task to ensure that the root came back to Black ownership. But y'all, the assignment is not over. It is not over, because ownership without integrity, without discipline, and without clarity means nothing. So the Root is embarking on a new chapter. We are going to be covering politics, launching podcasts and video first shows, touring the country covering policies, people, and the Black experience. We at The Work are going to keep doing the work. We will refine our editorial approach, push the bounds, and tell the stories that some newsrooms will just ignore. We are going to keep studying because we know there will always be a test. I'm asking each of you to go on this journey with us. And you may ask, well, how can I help you? I'm so glad you did. We have a website, so sign up for our newsletter at theroot.com. Share our stories. Tell your friends. Come to class. Raise your hand and support us. Advertise on our platforms. Sponsor our events. Yes. Advertise on our platforms. Advertise on our platforms. Advertise on our platforms. Come to class and support us. Our collective work is important, and we cannot be in competition. We must be in collaboration. That is why we actually moved the rankings this year. Our responsibility is too big, and the consequences are too real to be bickering amongst one another. The time is now. The time is ours. Our story is literally, really just at the beginning. So we have our assignment. Let's write this next chapter together. It's my assignment, it's your assignment, it's our assignment. It has our name on it. Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight, for showing up as your full self, sharing your gifts, and rising to the occasion. Because guess what, y'all? We just getting started.